Hey guys, so I have a small update, but a very useful update to Skin Texture Pro 4, the set of actions about skin texture management and other things that it does too. And that is specifically what the update is about. Now, it's very interesting because I got a lot of requests for this. This is not necessarily a new function, these two new actions. They're helper actions, meaning that you can add them pretty much anywhere in your workflow. But people ask me, look, hey, Nino, I love the Skin Texture Pro workflow stack. You see it right here to the right. It's very powerful. You can manage everything from the high frequency textures, low frequency textures, and hue uniformity. You see it right here, and Luma compression. All right, that's going to be like leveler, right? And people were saying, hey, can I get those functions on their own? Sometimes I would like to have, the hue uniformity, and sometimes I would like to have the Luma compression for the skin, but not running the entire layer stack every time. Sometimes I don't need to run the layer stack because, I don't know, you did the edit a different way, or the skin is just fine, or you did it once, but now you want to add something else. You don't want to run the whole stack. And yes, it is a long process. It can take 35 seconds, a minute, even longer, depending on your computer and depending on what Adobe's AI servers are doing. So that's exactly what I've done. Look, this is super simple, but it's actually super powerful. Let's delete the main stack. And here they are: MVP Skin Unify, MVP Skin Luminosity Leveler. Really, really quite simple. So for example, here I've done some skin cleanup. I did the texture management. But for example, on her face, let's say in her hands, it just happens to be the makeup is very red. Now that's blush, of course, that's not a huge crisis, but right next to it are these red hands, red thumb, palms, very common, and a little bit of red on her nose, though not much. So can we unify all of that without running the entire stack? And now we can. It's very, very simple. So we're going to run this helper action. Doesn't matter where you are in your workflow, it'll put it on top of this layer stack. So Skin Unify, you run that. First things first, it's got to use the Adobe AI to find the skin. And so that's the first caveat I want to mention while it's thinking here, that if it cannot find the subject, if it cannot, leverage AI to find your skin tone, your skin areas, then it will fail. And that's unfortunate, but we'll see if that becomes a real problem moving forward, because I think in most cases, if you have, if you have a portrait where you're like, okay, I see red fingers, I see red face. If you can see what the problems are in terms of like skin actual hues, most likely the AI will find it just fine. In my testing, I'm looking at a 97, 98% success rate with the Adobe AI finding skin. If you have a really abstract, obscure, strange angle, heavy shadows or something like that, blurry, okay, AI could fail there. Now let's see what happens here, okay? First and foremost, we have the Skin Unify layer right here, and then we have some other layers which I'll explain in a second. By default, it starts at 50% opacity. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, most situations where you're doing the hue unification, 50 is too strong. Most cases, but not all. It just starts on 50, so you get a result and you can play with it. Now for the video, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on 100% opacity so we can see what that looks like. Now what is this layer? Let's take a look. Hold down Alt or Option, hit the little eyeball. What is happening here? Okay, this is obviously a skin selection that AI created, Adobe AI. And then what happens is we select the skin and then we run an average on that color. And that average is determined. It fills the selection with that, okay? And then it has hue blend mode. In other words, it's going to apply the hue to everything underneath, okay? It's not going to modify saturation. It's not going to modify brightness, just the hue. Now, at 100%, maybe a little strong, but we can see what's happening. Watch this. Off and on. Okay, if you look very carefully, I know it's hard in the video, guys, but obviously the red cheeks we may not want that. We might want to mask that out because we don't want to get rid of that red makeup. But look at the fingers, okay? Let's go off. See the thumbs and the palms, and then on, we have unification. And of course, we have unification everywhere, even down to our abdomen and chest. So right now, this is a very cooperative shot. That is to say that even at 100%, it doesn't look necessarily bad, even though we lost a little bit of that warmth on her face, but that's an easy mask. Now, when it finds an average, this is just Photoshop's function. When it finds an average color from a selection, sometimes that color, it doesn't matter the nationality, but depending on the subject, it could be more pink and it could be more yellow. And that average might not work for you. Rather than think, oh, it's failed, not at all. We have a hue and saturation layer clipped down. Saturation and lightness won't do anything because of the blend mode. I'll talk about that in 1 second, okay? But hue will. So if you need to make it more yellow, I'm exaggerating, or if you need to make it more pink, you can do that. Generally, you won't move it more than 2 or 3, maybe 4 at a time. So there it is, very, very yellow, as you can see, off, on. Again, 100% too much. That's not the point. Off and on. And another thing too, if unification is an issue with hands and feet or something like that, or maybe a sunburn on the chest, which is tough because sunburns aren't just hue, okay? But you can also, like I said, create a mask. And let's take, I don't know, this is just one idea. You can, on that mask, you can do a black paintbrush. Let's go 50% opacity, and we're gonna bring back 50% of her cheeks to bring that warmth back, but we still have some of that unification going on. In fact, all of it. So off and on. And of course, I'm leaving everything at 100% for the demo reasons. So now you can just run that whenever you want. You can close that folder and leave it there. You can flatten, you can do other things. In fact, I'm going to leave it there because I'm going to show you the next one now. And that's of course our compression, which I'm calling for clarity, MVP Skin Luminosity Leveler. Okay. Compression is a term that's hit or miss with some people. They don't completely get it. It sounds like something else. I pulled it from the audio realm, but because that's my background, but at the same time, Luminosity Leveler is pretty clear. Now, again, it doesn't matter where you are. You can be anywhere in your edit. You just hit Luminosity Leveler. The other caveat is that when you run these, Adobe is going to rerun the Adobe AI to figure out the skin selection. You know, as this evolves, if it gets simpler to like create a skin selection and then I don't know, store it in a channel the way my Mask Logic system does. That way we can call it quicker. Maybe that's a possibility. Absolutely a possibility. Mask Logic is, in my mind, for something when it comes to like finalizing your image, whether it's color, whether it's luminosity, whether it's just different finalization steps. That's where Mask Logic really works. Here, this is more like the cleanup work. All right, so now we have Luminosity Leveler. What is happening here? Well, first of all, it's at 10% because this effect is really strong for the most part, the way it works, right? So off and on, almost impossible to tell. So let's ramp it up. In fact, let's go 100%. Okay. As you can see, within reason, it has obliterated the contrast. Okay. Now, obviously that looks terrible, but if you find a way to balance it, let's say 25% opacity, we'll zoom out just a bit, 25% opacity, you can see how we're taking the bright areas down, the dark areas up. We're creating a little bit more uniformity in the luminosity, right? And of course, that's on top of the Unify, which is already underneath here. So these are stackable and the order doesn't entirely matter, okay? So off and on, see that? Now, what's interesting too is that the way I've set this up, okay, in fact, let's put it at 100% so you can kind of see the layer, okay? This is the layer. It's really compressed everything. In other words, brought the highlights really far down, brought the shadows really far up, and then everything is put on top in black and white in luminosity blend mode. Okay, that's just to minimize any color shifting, but to focus on luminosity. Now, when you do that, let's put it like 35%. You still might want to do some micro tweaks. That's why we have this brightness and contrast adjustment layer clipped down. Also luminosity blend mode, unnecessarily, but why not? And those micro adjustments might be better than opacity sometimes. So you might take the contrast down. I'm going to do it a lot so you can see. I know it's difficult to see, but there it is. Okay, let's put the opacity a little bit higher so you guys definitely can see. 55%, okay? Low contrast, high contrast. And you might think, why would I reduce the contrast with the leveler and then increase it with the con adjust? Well, it's a different flavor, a different texture. You might like what you have with this flattening effect and think, not so much. I want some of that back. This is gonna bring back some of that texture. Okay, so let's see, off and on. God, that's so subtle. Let's put a little bit more for you guys. Okay, that's the thing. I know the video doesn't show it. You really need to try this out on your own to see what I'm talking about. So it went from there to there. Now, is that a great look? Look, I don't know, guys. If you just really need a lot of Luma compression, you have that available to you. 55% is way too strong for me, so I'm going to make it 25. Like I said, oops, I did 15. There's 25 from there to there. So I went from my edit from this. Let's just zoom in again. Here's the pink hands, pink face, and the luminosity is just whatever it is. And then now I've modified both. That unifying element of the hue might be useful. The unifying element of luminosity could be very useful for you. It's not just to fix things, it's to get final looks, right? And that's the point of these helper actions. Once again, it doesn't matter where you are in your edit. You can have multiple layers. You can have adjustment layers out. You can have all kinds of things. You can have a folder. No matter where you are, you just hit one of these helper actions. That's why they have the little plus on them. And it'll put that function on top. So you don't have to run the entire Skin Texture Pro 4 if you want the unification function and the luminosity leveler. This is not just arbitrary. This is the best way I have found over the years of doing this process. And now with Adobe's AI skin tone selection, or rather skin selection, it has really, really become so useful. And of course, at the same time, if the skin tone selections are a complete disaster because AI can't find it, okay, all right, that's a problem. We'll get your feedback. We'll see how often that's happening for you guys and see if there's something we can do to give you a fallback. In fact, if you don't know, Skin Texture Pro has a fallback. When you run it, you see these two actions here that have a no symbol on it? Those are conditional actions. So when you run this one, it'll determine, hey, did Adobe AI find something? If it did not, it'll run a backup plan, which is my sort of a chroma color skin tone selection function. If it does find, if AI does find a skin tone, the skin selection in general, it'll run that one. So it's smart in that regard. It's just a little technical, a little complicated. These little helper actions might need that, might not. Let me know if you guys, what kind of functions you're experiencing, what kind of errors you might be experiencing with Adobe. Again, this is Adobe AI. This is not me. The functions work, but if AI fails, everything falls apart after that. So do let me know your feedback. By the way, this is, of course, a free update for Skin Texture Pro 4 owners. So if you have it, you'll have been emailed this already. Just go ahead and add it to your action set, Skin Unify and Skin Luminosity Leveler, and you'll be rocking and rolling whenever you need those at any moment in your workflow.